9 hikers, led by 23-year-old Igor Dyatlov, set out on an expedition into the Ural Mountains. They were experienced adventurers, skilled in braving harsh conditions. Their goal? To reach a remote peak known as Otorten. But to get there, they had to travel through an area so isolated, even the local Mansi people called it Kolat Shakal, or Dead Mountain. Still, they were confident. They had done this before, and they expected to return by February 12th. But February 12th came and went. Days passed. No word, no sign. And soon, search parties were sent into the mountains to find them. On February 26th, the search team found their camp. And from the very first moment, something was wrong. The hiker's tent was discovered half buried in the snow. But it wasn't just collapsed. It was ripped open from the inside. Their belongings, clothes, boots, food, everything was still there, as if they'd left in a hurry. But why? What could have made 9 experienced hikers flee into the freezing night without their gear? Rescuers followed footprints leading away from the tent. Bare footprints, barefoot, in sub-zero temperatures. The tracks led to the edge of a forest, where the first bodies were found. 2 hikers were discovered under a cedar tree. They weren't wearing shoes. In fact, they were in their underwear. Their hands were burned, as if they'd tried desperately to light a fire, but failed. Nearby, rescuers found 3 more bodies scattered in the snow, between the tent and the forest. It looked like they'd been trying to crawl back to the camp, but they never made it. And then, things got even stranger. Months later, when the snow melted, the remaining 4 hikers were found deep in the woods. Their injuries were horrifying. One had a fractured skull. 2 had ribs so badly crushed, it was as if they'd been hit by a car. And one woman, her tongue was gone, completely missing. Investigators tried to piece together what had happened, but every explanation just raised more questions. An avalanche was the first theory. Maybe the group panicked and ran to escape collapsing snow. But there was no evidence of an avalanche at the site. Some speculated that the Soviet military was testing secret weapons in the area. This might explain the strange traces of radiation found on some of their clothes. Others pointed to the strange orange lights witnesses reported seeing in the sky that night. Could it have been a UFO encounter? Or something supernatural? Then there's the theory of infrasound, a low-frequency vibration caused by wind, known to trigger panic and hallucinations in humans. Did the hikers lose their minds and turn on each other? We may never know what truly happened that night on Dyatlov Pass. Was it nature, a government cover-up, or something beyond our understanding? But one thing is clear. 9 people walked into the mountains, prepared for anything. And something out there, something they could never have prepared for, took their lives. The next time you hear the wind howling at night, remember the hikers of Dyatlov Pass and ask yourself, what else might be out there, waiting in the dark?